No, it's
We're
pre-tape.
not live, we're pre-tape. Where's the bouncer?
I don't know his name.
Let's see. That's me.
Yes, I can, Chris. How are you? Awesome, thank you. Nice to hear you. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
How about yourself?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for joining us this morning and making the trip to our Montreal station.
Thank you very much. It's an opportunity to be here with you. I'm glad.
I'm afraid I don't know your name.
Marc-Andre Lefebvre.
Marc-Andre. Did I not meet you in Toronto recently, like maybe last year? Is that possible?
Maybe last year.
Okay. I'm Cynthia. It's
Yeah.
nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
So I think they're just getting the cameras ready and we'll be good to go. So you know I'm working with a station in San Francisco and New York as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Dave. Yeah. Or just.
They're just fixing their studio light.
Okay. Marc-Andre, what is your title with Bombardier?
I appreciate that.
So hearing them a couple of seconds ago. Okay, now we're okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, what is your title with Bombardier?
Head of Communications and Public Relations for Canada for Bombardier Transportation.
Okay, we're good to go. All right, we're good to go here. We're rolling. So you guys you're good to go, Cynthia?
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
We are going to get started. The hardest question first. I'm just going to get you to say and spell your first and last name for our stations that we're working with in New York and San Francisco, and your title, please.
My name is Marc-Andre Lefebvre, Marc-Andre Lefebvre, M-A-R-C-A-N-D-R-E. Last name Lefebvre, L-E-F-E-B-V-R-E. So Lima, Echo, Foxtrot, Echo, Bravo, Victor, Romeo, Echo.
All right, thank you very much. As you know, I've been working with two other stations, one in San Francisco and one in New York, about the issues plaguing Bombardier, and it seems there are echoes in each of these cities of problems with Bombardier. New York, for example, has just shut Bombardier out of a major contract because of past performance. San Francisco is also dealing with a huge number of issues and delays in their project, and we know very well here in Toronto the issues that have plagued Toronto streetcars. So my first question to you is, why would any city want to do business with Bombardier, given the history that's shown just in these three cities alone?
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity today to address these issues. Bombardier itself, Bombardier Transportation particularly, cannot be identified or defined by just isolated projects. When you look at what we are as a company globally, we have the largest customer base in the world. We have 500 customers in over 70 countries in the world. We have 100,000 vehicles in service each and every day that carry over 500 million people every day. So we have high quality vehicles moving cities across the world. And the issue of projects that have challenges is not something that is simply a question of Bombardier. It is the reality, unfortunately, of our entire industry, and especially in North America.
Well, I acknowledge that you do have many vehicles on the road at this point, but that is your past, and it seems your present is a failure to be able to deliver them on time.
Bombardier Transportation has over 200 projects that are ongoing today across the world. We're delivering cars in 200 projects across the world. And all of those projects do have their level of challenges, but we are delivering on almost all of them directly in terms of the delivery schedule that we should have. And for us, when we look at either San Francisco, New York, or Toronto, in each and every of those jurisdictions, we have had challenges, like all other suppliers in our business have challenges. But what we at Bombardier have taken as a stance is we've acknowledged these issues and we've turned around our operations. We've put in place all of the actions to improve. And Toronto is one of the best examples where we've seen a huge shift in the performance of where we are. And at the end of the day, when we deliver the cars, when we get to the entire fleet that has been delivered, they are of the highest quality, of the lowest operation costs for our customers, and they deliver reliability and great service for people going to work each and every day.
And yet Toronto is looking at alternate suppliers for the future. I mean, under the original contract, we should have 178 streetcars in Toronto by the end of this year. It's been revised multiple times. We were supposed to have 70, and just a couple of weeks ago, it's been downgraded to 65. I think people have run out of tolerance for delays and excuses.
If you look at the city of Toronto, it is one of the best examples of the turnaround plan that we put in place. The turnaround plan has brought results. It has yielded results. We've expanded our production line in Thunder Bay. We've gone from a 5-day to a 7-day-a-week work schedule. We've invested millions of dollars in our sites in terms of tooling, in terms of training. We've hired hundreds of new workers, and it has yielded results. We've more than doubled the rate of delivery from last year to this year, and right now we are on track to deliver all 204 streetcars in Toronto by the original contract deadline, not any revised one. By the original contract deadline, we are on track. And one great example of this is the Toronto Rocket. If you look at the Toronto Rocket, at the beginning, at the outset of the project, it had its own issues in terms of deliveries. There were challenges there, but we were able to deliver the entire fleet with just a few months of delays over a 9-year span, and today it is one of the top cars in terms of performance in the world. What TTC itself has called the best subway cars in its history.
Yes, but again, that is the history. We're talking about the presence, and you say you are on track to complete this contract, and yet you've just had another delay. Granted, only 5 streetcars, but it is still another delay, which wears at your credibility.
The Toronto Rocket is not history. It is, the last car was delivered just a few months ago. It is the present. It is the actions that we've taken to make sure that at the end of the day, when we deliver a project, we own up to it. We feel the frustration that the people may have. And this is not the result to which we've worked towards, and it's not the result to which we will accept. And that is why we've done everything to make sure that we've turned it around. And right now, if you look at any metrics of our performance, we are on track to be able to deliver the entire fleet by the original contract deadline.
Are other cities suffering, like New York, like San Francisco, because you're trying to put all your resources into Toronto and save the contract?
Absolutely not. On the contrary, what we're looking at is leveraging the resources of our manufacturing footprint in the United States, in Mexico, and in Canada. We have expertise. We have 3 manufacturing sites in Canada. We have 2 in the United States. We have 2 in Mexico. And what we're doing is bringing and leveraging all of that manufacturing footprint to be able to really accelerate deliveries and to be able to use the best expertise in all of our sites to deliver as quickly as possible, because what we want to do is deliver high quality cars as quickly as possible, and that's what we're not shying away from, and that's what we're doing right now.
So I have some notes from San Francisco on some of the issues and challenges they've been facing. According to them, under the original contract, by the end of this year, commuters would get 60 new cars. Now they're hoping to get just over 35 of the new cars, so roughly half. And, you know, the first test car arrived 3 months late. The next month, BART crashed it, citing electrical problems with the test car. It seems like this contract is equally plagued.
The contract in San Francisco, first off, we have to understand that there are elements in our agreements with our customer in San Francisco and in New York that preclude us from going into details publicly of the issues that we're facing. But what I can say is, yes, the test cars have just completed their qualification testing, and just next week we'll be having the certification by our customer to put the cars in service and start delivering the production cars as soon as this month. And so they'll be in service right now. And yes, we do have challenges, but as I said, it is not something that is proper to Bombardier. It is unfortunately something that is common in the industry, because what's important to understand, especially in San Francisco, is this is the first time in 40 years that the city of San Francisco has bought new rolling stock for its subway system. And in our industry, unlike the automobile industry, each and every rail car is something that is made to order. Each and every customer has its specific needs. Each and every customer has its specific infrastructure. And so each and every car, we're going, unfortunately, from often a blank page and going towards using all of the expertise that we develop all across the world and really building that car to order to the specific needs of the customer. And so we have to put in place a new supply chain. We have to put in an industrial plan that fits the needs of this customer. And so for us, each and every time we're doing this project, it represents risk, but trusting a company like Bombardier that has the expertise, that has the global footprint and the global experience of meeting customers' needs is something that is important for a customer, because, as I said, at the end of the day, the cars are delivered. The cars over a 9-year project. If you're looking for San Francisco, looking at a 3-month issue right now, this is a 9-year project. So 3 months over a 9-year span is something that does happen. It happens to each and every supplier in our industry. But what we're doing is doing everything we can to mitigate it in the short term and make sure at the end of the day, all of the cars are of the highest quality and offer the lowest cost of operation in the industry.
And yet, bottom line, are the problems not the issue of mismanagement? I mean, for the Toronto contract alone, several key players have been replaced over and over again.
Throughout our industry, it is something that is a factor for all railcar manufacturers. But for us, what we're able to do from a Bombardier standpoint is, for any issue, when we look at our manufacturing sites, when we look at our design, when we look at our engineering, we're able to pull on resources across the world. We're able to pull on expertise across North America, across the world, where we have the best experts that have shown, yes, in history, that they have been able to deliver on our projects. And that is something that we're doing across the world, not just in history, but in the present today.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some specific questions for San Francisco. What is the current timeline of deliveries of all 775 new cars for Bay Area Rapid Transit?
What we're looking at is to deliver all of the cars by Q4 of 2021, which would put us basically exactly in the time frame of the original contract, more or less over a 9-year span of the project. We're looking at about a 4-month difference.
And what do you attribute the delays to, behind the BART delays?
All of the elements in our industry, it is something that is not uncommon for any manufacturer. All manufacturers, your viewers could Google simply the word of any railcar manufacturer with the words delivery and delays. You will find examples. It is not something for which Bombardier is an outlier. For us, we've looked at all of the issues, and we, in our respect of our agreement with our customers, will not go and be at the liberty of saying specifically the issues that we've faced. But for us, we've acknowledged with our customer and with the public, we've shared the frustration of our customers, and what we're doing is really delivering the entire fleet as quickly as possible.
Now, you are experiencing delays across the continent with other cities. Are those delays impacting the BART delivery?
Specifically, we do have issues in some cities. We have projects for which deliveries are actually ahead of schedule, whether we look in Montreal or we look in other cities where we are delivering even close to or even ahead of schedule. It is something that for which We're doing everything we can to do it as quickly as possible. But when we look at the manufacturing footprint for all of our customers, there's no overlay which would have an impact between projects. On the contrary, if there is an impact, it will actually increase the rate of production because when we look at where the cars for San Francisco are being built compared to the cars were being built for New York City, for Montreal, for Toronto, they are all made in different sites, but for the elements that they share, we're actually increasing the rate of delivery in all of those sites because each time we fix a problem somewhere, it has a positive impact everywhere.
Now, Bay Area Rapid Transit says Bombardier pays for all extra costs caused by any problems involving the project. Is this true?
Absolutely. We own up. We've been able to come up with a price when we tendered an offer, and for us, at the end of the day, we honor our commitment. We honor our commitment to deliver high-quality cars that have high performance, because we turn around our operations to make sure that we take all of the actions necessary, and so the costs that may be additional, yes, are borne by Bombardier.
I'm going to ask you again the question that I first started with. Given all the delays that we're seeing in New York, San Francisco, and Toronto, why would any city look at this and want to do business with Bombardier?
Bombardier is a world leader. Bombardier is a company that offers high-quality vehicles across the world. It has the largest customer base in the world. It is present in each and every market in the world, which we are the only company that has a presence in each and every market in the world, except Japan for different reasons. And for us, it is essential that we are a partner in moving cities. And that is why we have 500 customers across the world in over 70 cities. In over 70 countries. We're present in 200 cities. We have 100,000 vehicles in service each and every day that offer the best reliability on the market, the lowest cost of operations for our customers. And when we deliver our projects, we deliver on time across the world. Yes, there are issues, but issues are faced by each and every rail manufacturer. When you look at any project, any rail manufacturer has these type of issues. That is unfortunately a reality of the industry.
Is that the response, though, that you want me to give to our viewers, that, you know, it's not so bad because everybody else has the same issues as well?
Not at all. What we're doing is really, we are not shying away from the issues. Absolutely not. We share the frustration of your viewers. It is something that for us is not the results to which we've worked for. It is not something that we will accept for ourselves, and that is why we've put in place a turnaround plan. That is why we've invested hundreds of millions. That is why we've invested millions of dollars in our turnaround plan, why we've hired hundreds of new employees to make sure that we deliver as quickly as possible. On the contrary, we're not shying away from any issue. We're accepting it, we're acknowledging it, and we're taking action, because what we've seen in Toronto is results of the turnaround plan. We've more than doubled our rate of delivery in Toronto. That is why, because of that turnaround plan, we are on track to deliver the entire fleet of 204 streetcars by the end of the original contract deadline. That is why Bombardier should be trusted, because for any of our projects, yes, like all other manufacturers, we do face issues, but what we do is we take action. We acknowledge it, we're transparent, and we do what needs to be done to deliver as quickly as possible. And at the end of the day, you're getting the highest quality cars in the market, you're getting the most reliable cars in the market, and when you trust Bombardier, you're having the lowest cost of operations in the industry.
I mean, you speak of Bombardier's storied history, and this is a company that gets significant federal funding from the Canadian government, and it seems to be flailing under mismanagement and, dare I say it, incompetence.
That is a point where, for us, what we do is we take action and we deliver on our commitments. And for us, when our customers, we feel what they have in terms of of issues. We feel what the frustration that they have, because it is something that we share also. And that is why we're taking action. And the actions that we take yield results. And when we've done our turnaround plan, we've achieved really what we wanted to do, which is increasing the rate of deliveries.
Then why did it take so long to get to this point, to turn things around in Toronto, for example, even though it's just suffered another setback?
What we're experiencing right now in Toronto is, yes, a certain number of vehicles that is lower than the target that we had set for 2017, but it is double what we delivered in 2016. It is all of the actions that we've taken will bring us directly in line to deliver the entire fleet by the original contract deadline.
Why did it take so long to start turning things around? Because the contract has been plagued with delays from the beginning.
There are elements, I would not say from the beginning. On the contrary, we've been able to come up with a very design that is extremely well crafted. It is a better car today with all of the work that we've done in terms of design, in terms of new features that we brought on the car, than even at the start of the project. And so today, what you have is a much more reliable car, a much more higher performing car in Toronto. And the same way that if we had issues with the Toronto Rocket, today it is still one of the best cars in the industry worldwide. If you look at the type of performance that the Toronto Rocket can have, when you get into problems, when you get into issues, you get into having solutions that come up. And when we've done the solutions, when we fixed it, we've been able to really deliver the highest performing car in the industry.
Okay, and my last question, we haven't even touched on Metrolinx yet. You're also having major problems with Metrolinx. It's ended up in court with a lawsuit. They're trying to back out of the contract. They're looking at other suppliers because they don't have faith that you're going to be able to service the LRT project, the largest project in North America.
Actually, when we look at the Metrolinx projects, I would be remiss to look at any issues that you might have, because there are no delays on the Metrolinx project. The pilot vehicle has been completed for over a year now. Qualifications.
But they say it's not working.
Well, actually,
it's not working.
I'd invite anyone to come to our Kingston test track and look at it. The car is working. It is moving. It fits all of the parameters for the project at this time. And what's important to know is, for Metrolinx, the cars don't have to be delivered before November of next year. And so it's hard to say that there are delays in deliveries on a project for which we even don't have to start deliveries yet, for over a year now.
All right. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate that. It was nice talking to you this morning.
Likewise.
All right. All the best. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye. Here we go. It's a little different setup in here. So, there we go.
Yeah. Sorry it was so long.
That's okay. Well, I got worried because they set up the record for a half hour into the system, so I just got Dan to extend it just in case.
Okay, cool.
I was like, we're pretty close to the end anyway.
Yeah.
But
Perfect. Thanks. He's he's their head PR guy for all of Bombardier. He's the king of spin, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, you should email and say, okay, so when can I come to Kingston?
yeah. Well, so we were in Kingston a few months ago. Christina and Jamie went.
Yeah.
And they put on this big show and pony and show toad. What's the term?
Dog and pony
Dog
show.
and pony show.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Anne-Marie Akins from Metrolinx, and she said it doesn't.
It still doesn't work.
They've got it set up to a battery system, but it actually can't work on its own.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what she said. That
Okay.
they went down there and it wasn't working. So I would love to do that. Like take a Metrolinx person with me and say, okay, is it working or isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Did it work? Yeah, good.
Yeah, thank you very much for facilitating that. This will be a good national story, by the way.
It better be.
When is it going to go to air?
26th. like next week.
So when are you going to San Francisco and New York?
I'm not. I'm working.
Oh, no, hang
wish.
on. Jeff's a shooter, I'm the producer, but I'll be on the beach.
Yeah.
We've got it worked out, right?
Yeah, let's go. I'm in.
We can,
I like to travel. I do a lot of
if
it.
we go to San Francisco, we might be able to do an Amazon story, a high-tech story.
Yeah.
Well, we can pitch them all. We won't do them, we'll just pitch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I travel quite a bit. I know how to get to the States back and forth through work.
Well, your wife will
Once
be
or
through.
twice.
I might get stuck at the borders. And we
We
have a
may
third
leave you
story.
behind.
We have a third story. Mark, keep rolling, keep rolling.
You know who Donald Mayato is, the producer, one of the producers for City Line?
Yeah.
So
Oh, no, actually, I can't
so
do
we
that.
went to, we were in Vegas, and so we're at U.S. Customs, and they literally, she says to the U.S. Customs officer, she's like, yeah, we're going down there for a shoot. She's like, pardon me?
Oh, no.
She's like, secondary. I'm like, oh fuck, we're done. Yeah.
Things you don't utter.
No,
Yeah,
but
don't say that.
didn't JB say something at the border
Yeah,
once? Said, I'm here to shoot your president?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry to.
Oh,
Yeah.
just so
So I think that was before 9/11.
Yeah.
You don't tweet that.
So this is years ago. I was in, it was right after 9/11, and I was doing a story, it's when I worked in London, we were doing a story at the Detroit crossing where they were introducing like the Homeland Security, and Tom Bridge was there. So I'm with the reporter. It's January, so we are in the facility, and he goes into the bathroom, and he goes in, he's taking a piss, and there's two Secret Service guys in there as well, and they made some joke about the weather. He's like, and our reporter just said, he goes, yeah, I just got back from Cuba. But he's and they're like, pardon me? They followed him out, asked him a bunch of questions. He says, no, I'm Canadian. I was on vacation. Yeah, he's like, just got back from Cuba. What? Huh? Yeah. Oh, so funny.
So, Amar, I'm getting viz and clips from San Fran and New York. Because, yeah, the three stations are working together.
Perfect.
So,
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So what are we calling this? We'll have to put a long...
Yeah, I don't remember what it's being called. Bombardier delays?
Okay.
Let's do
We'll
that
have to
one.
put a